All right, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome, parents and families, to our Craft Kindergarten registration. This is the question and answer session with all of our classroom teachers and some of our specialists as well. My name is Erica Knoyer. I'm the building principal here at Craft, and I am so excited to meet all of your children. I hopefully met some of them outside today or yesterday, and so I'm just going to go around and let every person introduce themselves. So, Mrs. Newcomb.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Newcomb.
And Mrs. Newcomb is a kindergarten teacher. Mrs. Lettner.
Sorry, I wasn't ready. Mrs. Lettner, kindergarten teacher.
Mrs. Sewing.
Hi, Mrs. Sewing. I'm one of the kindergarten teachers also.
Mrs. Toole.
I'm Mrs. Toole and I teach PE in the gym.
Mrs. Lidgett.
Hi, I'm Erin Lidgett and I teach music.
Miss Benson.
Hi, I'm Miss Benson. I'm a kindergarten teacher as well.
Mrs. Rosichka.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Rosichka, and it is okay to call me Mrs. R.
And she is a kindergarten teacher as well. Mrs. Nunn.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Nunn and I teach kindergarten.
Mrs. Cunningham.
Hi, my name is Bree Cunningham and I teach K-5 talented and gifted.
Mr. Fredrickson.
Hello, Tyler Fredrickson, kindergarten teacher.
Oh no, my screen just moved. Okay. Mrs. Vinchattel.
Hi, I'm Kelly Vinchattel and I'm an instructional coach here at Craft. So I will be visiting all of the classrooms. I work with teachers and students throughout the day. So welcome. We're excited to see all the children.
Mrs. Avila.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Avila and I'm the school counselor here at Craft. So I will get to see all of your kiddos during guidance lessons. And I will also help support students in small groups and individual supports as needed.
Mrs. Neitzer.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Neitzer. I'm the elementary teacher librarian for Lewis Central. So I get to be at Craft and at Titan Hill.
Ms. Schwery.
Hi, I'm Miss Schwery, another kindergarten teacher.
Mrs. Smith.
Hi, my name is Mrs. Smith, kindergarten teacher.
Mrs. Schaefer.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Schaefer. I'm an instructional coach. I work with Mrs. Vinchattel, and I'm looking forward to working with your students next year.
Mrs. Lund.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Lund. I'm one of the special education teachers. So I work with kindergarten and first graders. So I'm here to answer any questions you may have.
Mrs. Whitty.
Hello, I am also one of the special education teachers here at Craft, and I'm here for anything that you guys might need.
All right, so we have a video for you all. I want to preface the video with some of the video was shot last year or even years before, so it's not all current video, just so you're aware of that. If you see students without masks, because we do wear masks all day here at Craft, we do have mask breaks, of course, but most of our pictures have masks on them. So if you see masks this year, you'll know that's a current video. Otherwise, it's something that's in the past. All right, Mr. Allen, I think we're ready.
Hello, everyone. My name is Eric Knost, otherwise known as DK, and I am the superintendent for our Lewis Central Community Schools. Lewis Central is a place where we are committed to inspiring excellence, and we are committed to creating classrooms and school buildings where all children can learn and grow and thrive and be nurtured on a daily basis. I'm so excited that you have chosen Lewis Central, and in particular, Craft Primary, as the school to send your child to for kindergarten. Craft is such a wonderful place. It is one of 4 school buildings in our district. Craft serves preschool through first grade. We have Titan Hill serving grades 2 through 5, the middle school serving grades 6 through 8, and the high school serving grades 9 through 12. We have about 3,000 students enrolled in our school district, and 1 in every 5 students open enroll into our district. If you are a family interested in sending your child to Kreft Primary for kindergarten, but you do not reside in the Lewis Central School District, you can open enroll into our district. We would encourage you to visit with our district office. We call it the ERC building. It is on the same campus as Titan Hill Intermediate, and we can get you an application for open enrollment and get you set up to start your child in kindergarten this fall at Kreft Primary. Again, we're so excited that you have chosen to send your child to Lewis Central. I look forward to meeting you and working with you and welcoming you as a family in the Lewis Central Community Schools. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of the year, and we will see you this fall.
Hi, I'm Beth Smith, kindergarten teacher. Welcome to Craft. I hope you find this video answers all your questions about kindergarten.
I am Ann Nunn, kindergarten teacher. School hours at Craft are 8:30 to 3:15. When your child arrives in the morning, they will have 2 choices. One choice is to eat breakfast. If they choose to do this as they get off the bus or are dropped off by you, they will enter the school and go to the cafeteria to eat breakfast. If students do not want breakfast, the second choice is to go directly to their classroom. The teachers greet students as they enter the classroom.
I'm Tyler Frederickson, kindergarten teacher. At the end of the school day, students will ride a bus or get picked up. At Kreft, we utilize School Dismissal Manager for all students who are being picked up via cars or parent walk-up. Information will be sent prior to school beginning about how to register on School Dismissal Manager. We request that each family create a sign with their student's name on it to display on the car window at pickup. This helps us more efficiently get students to their cars and keeps the pickup line moving.
I am Megan Sewing, kindergarten teacher. 3 times during the year, student-led conferences are held, and we will share your child's assessment data with you. We want your child to participate in the conference with you. Craft parents sign up online for conferences through a product called Pick a Time. At this time, we hope to provide options for families to attend virtually or in person. A few weeks prior to conferences, you will receive an email with information on how to use Pick a Time.
I am Amber Newcomb, kindergarten teacher. Each student will be asked to bring supplies if they are able. The supply list can be found online on the Lewis Central website. Click on the For Parents tab at the top of the page. You are welcome to bring your child supplies to drop-off supply night in August. This event is designed for you and your child to meet the teacher and drop off your child's supplies. Hi, I'm Julie Rosichka, kindergarten teacher. Each child is given a communication folder. When we are back in school, this folder will come home with your child daily. We ask that you get in the habit of looking in the folder every day. One side is for items that can stay home. The other side is for notes that need to be returned to school. On the back of the folder will be a page containing contact information. It is very important that this page be kept up to date. We always want to know the best way to get in touch with you if needed.
Hello, I'm Emily Schwery, a kindergarten teacher. Your student's day at Craft will include reading, writing, math, social studies, and science. Students will also have recess, lunch, and related arts classes each day.
Hi, I'm Lorianne Brome, a kindergarten teacher. In addition to the classroom teacher providing instruction, we have classroom paraeducators to help support our kindergarten students throughout the day. Our goal is to provide a learning environment where children not only grow academically, but also socially and emotionally.
Hi, I am Annalise Lettner, kindergarten teacher. Social emotional learning is important in the development of young children. We teach social emotional lessons in our classrooms and practice these skills throughout purposeful play in our classrooms.
Hi, I'm Skylar Avila, Craft School Counselor. I teach guidance lessons to all kindergarten and first grade students once every 6 days. At Craft, we have a district-wide initiative called PBIS, or Positive Behavior Interventions and Supports. All staff members work with students to create positive, predictable, and safe learning environments. We do this by teaching students procedures to be respectful, responsible, and safe. Each day during the morning announcements, students recite the Titan Pledge.
Hi, I'm Ann Benson, a kindergarten teacher. As a part of our PBIS system, students can earn Titan tickets for showing behavior that is respectful, responsible, and safe. Titan tickets can be given by any staff member in our building. We work toward all school rewards as students fill the Titan Tower with these Titan tickets.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Amy, the library teacher at Craft, and your child will have library twice in a 6-day cycle. One of the days, the children will come to the library and work with me, and I will provide library lesson instruction connected to the library standards. Your child will also come on another day to work with Mrs. Skoken, the Craft library clerk, for book checkout on the second library day. Please remember to send the books back so your child can get new books to bring home each time.
Hello, my name is Janine Toole and I teach PE at Craft. We work on balance, coordination, and moving activities. PE is typically a favorite activity of our students, and I ask on days that they have PE that your students wear or bring tennis shoes. I'm looking forward to meeting the students in the fall.
Hi, I'm Erin Lidgett, the music teacher here at Craft. Your child will sing, play instruments, move to the beat, and learn simple music theory in my room. They will even compose a simple song of their own. We have a lot of fun making music together.
Hi, I'm Kim Swanger, and I am the art teacher at Craft. Students have art once every 6 days. I love to incorporate literature and technology into the art lessons. I designed them specifically for the primary students. Teaching and learning with the students is so rewarding.
Hi, my name is Mandy Vincent and I'm the Assistant Director of Nutrition Services here at Lewis Central. At Craft, we offer breakfast and lunch daily. To participate in the food service program, your child will need a food service account. We will create this after registration. If you have other children in the Lewis Central buildings, we will create you a family account. Your kindergartner will be given a card that will be scanned as they walk through the food line. When your account is getting low, you will be notified. Students will also have a food service card attached to their backpack. When students arrive in the morning, if they choose to eat breakfast, we will scan that card. We have found that that is the most efficient way to get them through the food service line and back to class in the morning. At this time, prices for breakfast, lunch, and milk have not been determined for next year. If you have any questions, please feel free to stop by the Nutrition Services table at registration or send us an email through the Lewis Central website.
Hello, my name is Karen Dunlop. I am one of the 2 office clerks. The school is required to have a copy of your child's birth certificate on file. We will use your child's legal name in our student information system. The birth certificate can be either the hospital or the courthouse copy. One of my jobs is to track students' attendance. Students are counted as tardy when they arrive 5 minutes after school has started or leave 5 minutes prior to the end of the school day. If your child is going to be absent, please call the Craft office, use the attendance quick link on the LC website, or enter it into the school dismissal manager to report your child's absence. If I don't hear from you, I will call and find out why your child is not in school. When your child is absent because of a doctor or dentist appointment, please bring a note from the doctor. Your child's attendance is important. Be sure to schedule appointments on days students are not in attendance. At the end of the day, we want to make sure your child gets to where you intend for them to go each and every day. Parents must make all changes in school dismissal manager prior to the cutoff time.
Hi, my name is Deb Blodgett, and I am one of the district nurses for the Lewis Central School District. Amy Hallam is the other district nurse that job shares with me. And as nurses, our main focus is always on wellness and prevention, and we know and understand that healthy kids make better learners. So with a prevention focus in mind, I'd like to share with you just a few healthy kid highlights as your child enters the kindergarten in the coming year. The state of Iowa has some very specific immunization guidelines for incoming kindergarten students, and students that are not in compliance are not allowed to be in school by Iowa law. So it really is very important for you to schedule your child's kindergarten physical examination. I would recommend right now, and please do not delay, because doctor's offices fill up very quickly. In addition to the immunizations, your child will need the following screenings. They need to have a vision screening done. They also need to have a dental screening and a blood lead screening. The forms that you will need to be Iowa Department of Human Services forms, and they are on the Lewis Central website. You can click on Departments at the tab at the top of the page and scroll down to Health Services, and then click on Health Forms, and then you can print them off. They can also be obtained at your doctor's office or the dentist's office. We recommend that you also familiarize yourself with medication policies that are very clearly spelled out in our elementary handbooks. If your child has a medical condition that we need to be aware of, we ask that you make an appointment with us prior to the onset of the school year so that we can have a care plan in place on the first day of school. Heart conditions, asthma, severe allergies that require an EpiPen, seizures and diabetes, or any medically diagnosed bowel or bladder issue are examples of what we need care plans for in order to keep your child safe while they're at school.
Hello, I am Cindy Richter, Transportation Coordinator. Transportation is an important part of our school system. Our goal is to make your child's bus ride the safest it can be. On our craft routes, we have a monitor on each bus. The driver and monitor help students learn bus safety procedures and how to stay safe while riding the bus. Within the first 2 weeks of school, your child will participate in bus safety practice. We want all students to know the bus expectations and how to evacuate should there ever be an emergency event. A safety measure in place at Craft is the bus tag located on every student's backpack. The tag has the student's end-of-the-day directions. Students who ride the bus have his or her bus number located on the tag. These tags are double and triple checked by the adults supervising to ensure all students who ride the bus get home or to daycare safely. We ask that your child keeps the tag on his or her backpack all year long. In August, if your child will ride a bus, you will find out the bus number and pick-up, drop-off times. If you have questions about transportation, you can contact me at the transportation office.
Hi, I'm Erica Canoyer, the Craft Building Principal. I am happy you have chosen Lewis Central for your child to attend kindergarten. The staff and I are here to support the children and families of Lewis Central. We invite you to call on us if we can help in any way. We look forward to working with you and your child next year.
All right, well, that's our video. There were a couple things that I want to highlight just as the principal that maybe weren't found in the video. We have our PBIS system, as we talked about. Mrs. Avila, is there anything you want to add to our PBIS system before I talk about referrals?
Sure. As you saw in the video, we use Titan tickets to reinforce and acknowledge positive behavior. And also we have a Titan tower that helps with school-wide rewards. So at Craft, we like to celebrate when students are doing the right thing, and we'll have school-wide celebrations. You may hear that we're doing a Stinky Feet Day where kids just get to wear their socks in their classroom or get to have wear your favorite color. Our next all school prize will be Chalk the Walk. So we're going to get to do chalk outside. We like to celebrate and acknowledge those positive behaviors for students. And you'll also find that your classroom teacher will have other ways that they promote and acknowledge positive behavior within the classroom as well.
So if the behavior isn't that great, they may get some sort of referral. So we have minor and major referrals here at Craft, and those definitions can be found in our elementary handbook, which is on our website. If a student gets a major referral, you will get a call from me, the principal, and I will speak with the student, and there may be a different consequence. So I just wanted you to know that would happen should your student get a major referral. We're not about punishing students here. We want to grow. Our students are learning how to make good choices and learning the behaviors that they need. So that's what we're all about. So that teamwork between home and school is really critical for us, especially at this age. Annalise, would you share what you shared last night about school dismissal manager and contacting the teacher? I thought that was good too.
Yes, I stated last night that if you have a change in your typical plan, and I can't remember what they call it on school dismissal, but you set what your an exception.
Yep.
So you set what your normal plan is, and then if you have an exception for a day, you have to go in as the parent and change it in school dismissal manager. With that being said, that should be security enough, but this past week we had a situation where we didn't have phones or internet at dismissal time, so we ran into a little snag not knowing exactly what plans were. So if there is a change, just emailing or a quick Seesaw message to your child's teacher is also helpful, just that layer of backup should that happen.
Yep. So as Mrs. Lettner said, you are required as the parent to go in and set what your child is doing. We just have so many calls that we just don't, it's better if you just put it in there. And then as she said, let your classroom teacher know if there's a change so that they can be aware. A lot of times the kids will know, but sometimes they get the days mixed up or whatever. So letting the classroom teacher know that as well is very helpful. As Ms. Lettner mentioned, we have a program called Seesaw here that we utilize heavily with our families. It's a system that we use that we post things on and share with you. I send announcements through that. Each teacher has a class. They share work that the students are doing on there. And does anyone want to talk about Seesaw and how they utilize it?
I can talk about it again because I love Seesaw. Seesaw's my favorite. Like Ms. Knoyer said, Seesaw is a great way for us to communicate to parents on an ongoing basis. I have an app on my phone, so it's a quick way for me to communicate to parents if I have a quick question. The kids get on Seesaw and do a lot of activities related to the curriculum that we're doing so that parents can see what their kids are doing on an ongoing basis too, and they can comment on their students' activity that they've done. Kids write and read so much, and sometimes they share those on Seesaw. So it's a great way for parents to see their learning. And it's a great way for us to communicate to parents on just a daily basis.
So you'll want to make sure that next fall that you sign up for that with your classroom teacher. Your classroom teacher will send information regarding that. Mrs. Toole, do you want to stress the importance of wearing PE shoes?
There I am. Yeah, in the gym, we do all kinds of moving activities. Every day we run, every day we exercise. So they really need to have tennis shoes and PE shoes with them on those days. Teachers are real good to send out your schedules. I see them every third day. And a solution I always tell the kids is if mom or dad say to wear flip-flops, ask them if it's PE day, because you can always slip a pair of tennis shoes in your backpack and then you'll have them just in case. So.
Okay. Is there any other items that you think we need to talk about that we talked about last night? We don't have any questions, so we're just trying to gather information. Is there anyone? Oh, yes, good. Attendance. So we mentioned that attendance is important. We keep track of that. The letters, you may receive a letter. If your student has gone 4 times, or if they have 4 absences or tardies, they would receive a letter from me about their attendance. So you may get this letter and you'll be like, oh, this sounds a little, don't worry about it. If you're communicating with us, like you provide doctor notes, you let us know what's happening, you'll be okay. The letters automatically generate through our PowerSchool system. And so those, we just put our lens on those. When it becomes a problem is when you start missing more than 10% of the school year. Then we will move toward other options regarding that.
Or if students are unverified. So if a student is going to be gone, we really appreciate you letting us know so that we can document that. It just becomes more of a concern when students are unverified and we don't know where they are. We want to make sure that all students are safe and that everyone's here and able to access learning.
And we will call you. We may even show up on your house if they're unverified. You have to remember, we have very little children here. And so when we don't know where they're at, we tend to get worried. Something else I wanted to chat about was dismissal. We do utilize that school dismissal manager after school. In the mornings, you just swing by and drop your student off. Usually it's in the east parking lot, and then we open it up about 8:30. I think is when our staff goes in from outside, and then you can pull in the main entryway. Next year, that'll probably be 8:25 that we will close that end, because our school day will start at 8:30. But dismissal gets a little crazy for our littles at the beginning of the year. So we, one, ask for your patience, and two, as Mr. Frederickson mentioned in the video, if you can have a sign that has your child's name on it, that way when we start to bring them out to the cars, we can see which car they go to, because a lot of kids don't know what kind of car they drive, or they'll tell us a black car when it's actually a white car. So as we get to know you, until we get to know all of you, it makes it a little tricky. We won't let kids go with people that are not in that school dismissal manager or in Power School. So if you send somebody that's not on that, you're going to be disappointed, because we will keep them here until we have your permission to send them with them. So that's just a safety net we put in place. I know Mrs. Schaefer does dismissal, as does Mrs. Vinchattel, and they will call into the office and say, can so-and-so pick them up? If they cannot, we won't let them go. So it's very critical that you make sure you keep us up to date on who can have dismissal rights with your student. And then putting that sign in the car will really help us know which car to take them to until we get to know you. Now we know which car is which. We know who picks them up because we've gotten to know each other over the year. So that will be something to think about.
As far as dismissal, school dismissal manager, don't hesitate to put anybody on there that may pick up your child. You can never have too many people on the list. You can put anybody, grandparents, aunts, uncles, babysitters, anybody that may come to pick up your child. And that way, when we look them up, they'll have permission. So more information, the better when it comes to dismissal.
So if you've open enrolled your child into CREFT and you haven't heard yet, hopefully within the next couple of weeks, we will hear. You'll be able to hear about that. We're trying to gather, that's why that pre-registration becomes so important for us, because it allows us to know which in-district kids are here and what our class sizes might look like. So hopefully, I can't say for sure, but I'm hoping within the next 2 weeks that we will let you know whether they've been accepted into CREFT. Another thing I wanted to talk about, just because it's different than a lot of other schools, is we are an early childhood building here at CREFT, and we really pay attention to what the development of young learners and what little kids need. It's very important to us that we are providing what young students need, and they don't need to be sitting in front of technology all day long. They don't need to just do worksheet after worksheet. You will not see that here at CREFT. And so that's why Seesaw becomes so critical. And attendance is critical, because we do everything we do as their experiences, they're collaborative with other students, they're inquiry-based, they're thinking, they're things that are very difficult to replicate if your student isn't here. Just sending a worksheet home will not be the same experience as doing a notice and wonder during the math time. They'll miss out on all that thinking that's provided with all their friends. So you won't see a lot of worksheets come home, so make sure you sign up for that Seesaw. Another thing that we do incorporate into our curriculum here at CREFT is play. Social emotional learning is very important to us. We do teach a social emotional curriculum, all the classroom teachers and Mrs. Avila, and we practice those skills through play. So we will have center times where students play with each other, with trucks in the kitchen, learning how to share, get along, take turns, do those things that make good citizens as we get older. So that's something to, if you hear about that, yep, we do that, and we can show you the research that would support that, and and why we do that. So it's a very critical piece to our development of young children. Anything else that I'm forgetting, or that anyone else wants to talk about? Mrs. Neitzer, do you want to talk about checking out and returning library books and that kind of stuff?
Sure. So we have a 6-day cycle at CREFT, and then your child will come to the library 2 times in that 6-day cycle. One time will be for checkout, and they can get 2 books at a time. And then the other time that they come to the library will be for a lesson with Mrs. Amy. So they will bring their library books back each time. Can you hear me? It says that my internet is low. So anyway, you'll You'll come back for each lesson each week and learn about library skills and parts of a book and fiction versus nonfiction. Students can check out books from anywhere in the library. It doesn't matter what their reading level is. They can just pick based on what they're interested in.
All right, thank you. Something else that we're doing next year is we are implementing a handwriting curriculum pre-K through first grade. We are going to be doing handwriting without tears because there's been research that supports being able to form letters and do that stuff with reading. So we will be implementing that next year. So we ask for your grace as we learn that curriculum and learn that. It'll just be a 10 to 15 minute part of the day. It's not going to be anything huge. We're not spending hours learning how to write and tons of worksheets with that, but it will be a multimodal way to learn about how to form letters and make letters. The other thing that you may see is our assessments. We use iReady here. iReady is taken on a Chromebook, and we have one-to-one Chromebooks in every classroom. They're touchscreen, and we use Clever to help students log into those. So, oh, maybe I shouldn't be talking about this. Oh, yes, I am. Anyway, okay, so so every student will have a Chromebook, and that's how we operate during the day. They will do programs such as iReady on that computer. They will listen to reading on the computer, but they're not spending hours on it. It could be 15 minutes at a time, maybe twice a day during the day that they may work on the computer. They do take the assessment. The screener that we do 3 times a year is iReady. That is what we use to determine literacy status based on the early literacy law here in the state of Iowa. So if you hear about that next fall when you come around, you won't hear about it the first testing period, but you may hear about it second testing period because your student will have taken the assessment twice at that point. We also utilize the benchmark assessment system, which is a teacher tool to help us know what kind of reading instruction we need to provide to your students. So that's another assessment that is given. Kindergarten does not take that until mid-year. So we would not give that to kindergarten students until January. That is, again, a teacher tool. We will never, it's not important for you to know that stuff about reading. You don't need to know that. That's why we have this fabulous staff here to help us with all of that. Are there any other questions or any other things that you would like to know about craft? If not, I can tell you you've hit the jackpot. These faces on the screen are the best around. It won't matter what class you get put into. It will be an awesome experience. This is a team of people who love children deeply, who care for them, who teach them in ways that it's amazing if you could see what I see every day. So they are going to be in very good hands. If they cry at the beginning, it's okay. We may just say, Mom and Dad, time to leave. And so we may help you get rid of them, because it is hard. It's sometimes harder for the parents, but once they get here, they usually do pretty good. So this team, they are going to be in good hands. As far as finding out which teacher you will have next year, you probably will not find that out until a few days before school starts. We will send you a letter that will contain your teacher's name, and then your teacher will reach out to you once class lists are set, but we don't set those until after registration happens in the fall. You all pre-registered, but you will get another SNAP code in the fall, which is the actual registration. So make sure that you do that so that we know that we can place your child in a class. This pre-registration just helps us plan for what's going to be coming, and then we'll have your information to send it next fall.
And something that's really helpful also before the start of the year is to have your child practice saying their first and last name. For that first day of school, when we're helping students get to their classrooms, we have lists of students and who their teacher is, and it goes alphabetically by last name. So it's very helpful for us as a staff to be able to help your child get to the right place when they're able to tell us their first and last name. So that's something that you could work with your child over the summer, practicing introducing themselves and saying their first and last name.
In addition to that, helping your child learn to use the restroom by themselves, putting on their coat, getting their shoes on, all of those self-help skills are going to be very critical, because we do not go into the bathroom with your child once they're in kindergarten. We show them the procedures for that, but we don't go in there. So making sure that they're able to do that on their own will be very helpful for them, so that they're not scared, or they're not, it just doesn't surprise them when Mrs. Knoyer isn't going into the bathroom with you like mom does, because when you're out, you go with them, but that doesn't happen here at school. So just thinking about that and how you can support that with the students. As far as your documentation that you need for kindergarten, you can turn that in at any point. We will need it before you start. So in August, if you have it, you can always drop it off. I believe Mrs. Recker put her email address in a email to you. You can send it to the office. You can drop it by here at Craft. We are open most of June. So by the middle of June, if you had it, or you can come, I think we open back up like the 1st of August. So you can drop it off anytime. August 20th, thank you, is supply drop-off night. We're not sure what that's going to look like, whether it will be in person or whether it will be outside again like we did. It's from 4 to 6 that night, where you can bring your supplies if you're able to provide them, and drop them off and meet your teacher and maybe either look in your classroom or visit your classroom. So more information about that will come once we figure out whether some of our restrictions are lifted. Otherwise, we'll just plug along like we have this year. We've had a pretty great year for all the things that we've put into place. So know that if we do wear masks, we do provide mask breaks for students. They take them off when they need to. The kids don't mind wearing them at all. I mean, you'd be very surprised. I think any teacher would say it's just what they do. So we preface that as our job is to keep you safe, because our 3 big PBIS tenets are be responsible, be respectful, and be safe. So everything we do builds around those 3 expectations. All right, anything else that anyone can think of? Well, we cannot wait. Like I said, you're going to be in great hands here. This is a phenomenal staff. I've never been anywhere like it. This is my 2nd year here leading the ship, and I couldn't be more grateful or proud to be on and working with these people, because they are truly one of a kind, and you will